Let's let that light adjust real quickly. Cashola, hundreds, thousands, like $12,000 in cash I have in 2 days. We made so much money. Let's let that light adjust again. So much money. I came here to New Hampshire to shut down my dealership, sold 4 cars this week, and made a ton of cash. Thousands and thousands, like $12,000. I have a $5,000 check here. I have cash coming in today to my car dealership that I came to close. I came here to close it, and we had a crazy week, like kicking me in the butt saying, what are you doing? My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. I'm gonna let the light adjust real quick and explain what is going on, because you'll see a dumpster over here, you'll see a container over here, no cars over there, and just a few left right here. What is happening in today's video? I came here to slow everything down. I want my life to be a little bit slower, a little bit cooler, a little bit calmer. And in this week's video, I showed up to do things the way we used to do them, and we absolutely crushed it, which tells me a lot, which I'll get into in a minute. This right here used to be my car dealership. What is going on with all this stuff on the floor? We're gonna get into it in today's video. I'm gonna show you what I did right, what we did wrong, what's happening, and what's going on in the future. So again, I already said it, but my name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. So 1 year ago, I decided to move to Florida. This was my business for 15 years. This was my baby. It built everything. It paid for my house. It paid for my vacations, my vacation home. It paid for my retirement. It was so good to me, so lucrative. We made so much money for so long. It helped build my YouTube channel. And I truly thoroughly enjoyed it for a long time until I didn't anymore. And I'm here to phase Flying Wheels North out. Why? What is happening? It's just, I hate to say this, really sad 3 days. It didn't work. I wanted it to work from afar. It didn't work. It worked really, really well when I was here, but I am Flying Wheels, and without me, Flying Wheels doesn't work. And it took a year to learn that, and I was really hoping we could hand it down to Lauren, and I'm gonna explain to you why it didn't work in today's video. But if you look right here, we have a dumpster of just so much stuff that we're throwing away. Oh man, 15 years of my life is here. We have my Nissan 240SX drift car parts. We have my Mustang Mach 1 Cobra Jet with a 4-speed manual transmission, all the tools that I've accumulated, all the chemicals. Those are my race car parts for my Nissan 240. All the, again, the strut compressor, transmission jack, power washers, all the tow balls that I've accumulated over the years, my welder, catalytic converters, my oxygen acetylene torches. Honestly, I think it's good for everybody to start over, to move every few years anyway, because the amount of things you accumulate is just ridiculous. Like this stuff right here. Now this actually made sense. I have Escalade wheels and Chevy wheels and Denali wheels and more Chevy wheels, because I'd buy stock trucks with like cheap looking steel wheels, and then I'd replace them with upgraded wheels and completely change the look of the Chevy trucks. I bought a container right here so we could put all my tools and all my shop equipment in it, because I am gonna start over. I enjoy the like thrill of startups. I didn't enjoy Flying Wheels that much anymore. It became, sorry to say it this way, and I know that's the wrong term, but I turned into babysitting. I can't manage and don't want to manage people. I'm constantly putting out fires and truly babysitting sometimes. I have like such a wonderful staff, and I'm so fortunate to have who I have here. And when I say babysitting, it's not a shot at them. It is just the fact that I am Flying Wheels. I am the main problem solver. I'm the one that purchases the cars. I'm the one that says what each car needs. I'm the overseer that looks at the car and says, we still have to do these things. Then I'm the one that test drives the car to make sure everything was done after I say it's done. I'm the one that makes the to-do list for every single person. Every Tuesday when everybody comes in, we make a to-do list and we do a full walk around, because I have the eye to come here and look at this Ford Fiesta in the morning and know that this bumper needs to be either polished or touched up, and I can see that somebody spray painted it with the wrong black right here, and it is faded in like a matte black on a highly metallic black finish paint. This is just kind of an eyesore, and I see this, and this is what buyers are going to see when they show up. And we've had this car for more than 30 days and this stuff isn't taken care of. And if I was here, I would know to say, hey guys, guys, this has got to get taken care of. I got in this Chevy Impala the other day and the battery is stone dead. So when a customer comes to look at this Impala and it doesn't start, the first impression is, oh, I'm gonna buy a new car that doesn't start. They won't buy this car. I bought this Jeep Wrangler 30 days ago for the shop, and then I went back to Florida. It did have a check engine light on. I was told it was fixed. So when I came back here, I've been driving this week so I can make sure that it's running well, it's safe and good for somebody else to purchase. I drove it home, the check engine light came back on, meaning after they cleared the light, they didn't drive it enough to make sure that that light stays clear. This Mercury Mountaineer is a cheap truck, but if you look, the first thing I see is that this front tire is extremely bald and unsafe. Now the thing is, on a $2,500 truck, sometimes we might not have enough money to put into a vehicle at that price point, but I'm pretty sure that if we dig through our overflow, I'm gonna find 2 to 4 tires that have good tread that we can swap onto that Mountaineer. Tires. And if I'm not here to every day find the solution to a problem or put out a fire, be the person with the fire extinguisher to put out that fire, it just gets ignored. I think that this Chevy Sonic is parked here not for sale because it has a bad transmission. I think it was slipping. So we purchased it. It has a bad transmission, which is typical to these cars. Now it needs a transmission. We bought this probably 3-4 months ago, and it's still sitting here parked facing the opposite direction with no solution in sight. Why? Out of sight, out of mind. It's not anyone else's problem but mine, because there are other things to do that are far easier than finding the solution to that Chevy Sonic. So that car cost me $3,500, maybe $4,000. And how long has it been sitting there without any solution? So my money will be tied up in that car till I am now home, and I'm gonna come up with a solution to that car instead of somebody else being proactive and saying, hey, here are the solutions. I made some calls. A used transmission is X amount. A remanufactured transmission is X amount. We can do it here in-house, or we can't because it needs to be programmed. I called the transmission shop. They're gonna take care of it. Here's how much it is. Do you wanna do it? Or I can run it through the auction and sell it and we can just take a loss. Which would you prefer? That is what someone here should be doing, so I don't have to do it from 1,500 miles away, because I didn't even know that needed a transmission till I came back here. We've owned that car for 3 months. So now I know I need to find a solution for that car. Now I am making no excuses. I'm not here. I am an absentee owner hoping that the business could run without me here. It can't. And let's face it, when you have a baby, no one is gonna care about your baby like you care about your baby. If everybody's still getting paid every Friday, where's the motivation? Like, who cares? Everyone's still getting paid. Push off the difficult stuff, take care of the easy stuff, and everything just gets a little bit more lax, and it's not the mechanic or the detailer or the office manager's fault. It's inherent, it's natural, it is what it is. I'm not here putting out every fire and I'm expecting everybody to do my job like I care, and that's just a ridiculous expectation. Now I came in today and I sat down in the office and I looked, and right here are 2 titles. Titles are supposed to be turned in within 10 days of a sale of a vehicle. It is probably by the time you're watching September, but it's the end of August. And here's a title for July 24th. Hasn't been mailed to the state yet. So over a month, that title's been here. It's now gonna be 3 weeks late to the DMV, and I can get fined for that. They absolutely will fine me for that. And then I get like a mark on my record at the DMV dealer desk. But had I been here, that would have been mailed out 3 weeks ago, because I would come in every morning, I look around, I do what I'm doing right now, and I say, okay, that Sonic needs to be done. I noticed that the backup camera was just dangling yesterday on that Ford Fiesta. So how long has the backup camera been dangling without anybody taking care of it? I asked someone to take care of it, boom. Done, taken care of, no more dangling backup camera. It's fixed. Those titles are gonna go out today. We sold 4 cars today, all because I'm here. I wanna make it clear, I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else. I'm saying I do my job really well. I'm good at it, which is why Flying Wheels has been so successful for 15 years, and it will be in Florida again, but without me being me here, it's missing a leg, it's missing an arm. If there's 4 of us here, just like each appendage, I need 2 arms, I need 2 legs. 1 leg's missing, we can't run as fast, we can't be as efficient, it's not gonna work. So as you can see, just the paints have accumulated, the tools, the equipment, all the cleaning products that have accumulated over the years are gonna go into storage. Now I do tell you the truth, whether it's good or bad. I am far too transparent to a fault, because there are plenty of just mean people that just want to see people fail, which is so gross. And there's so many of you that are supportive, and I really appreciate it, but there's just so many people that are just mean mean. And it makes me kind of refrain from saying everything that I want to say, but I do anyway. I show you that I bought a property with no house, and I'm showing you that I'm closing up Flying Wheels, although I shouldn't, and just say everything's great. I make $1 million a year, and I'm the best at what I do, and there's nobody better than me, and I'm a master and a pro, and I know everything. No one is perfect. I'm going to always show you what's good, and I'm always going to show you what's bad. I wanted to run a business from afar for a year. I left it. I abandoned it. I made phone calls. I didn't come back for 3 months at a time during the winter because I hate the cold. And I let it kind of just slowly dissolve, unfortunately. It probably cost me $150,000 this year in lost revenue, of actually not just lost revenue, like selling assets to pay insurance premiums, which were insane this year. Our insurance premiums were nuts, and I'm like resentful of not my insurance agent, but just the insurance business, because it's putting me out of business because I'm not here. We need to make so much money just to pay insurance. And then payroll tax, unemployment, all those things are so expensive that like there are months where not enough cars are sold. And when not enough cars are sold, you're not covering all of your overhead. So what happens? Lauren will then sell an asset. She'll sell a vehicle to pay the bills. So that car that I own for say $6,000 will be sold, and that $6,000 goes all towards bills. Versus when I was here, it would be, let's say we made $2,000 in profit, that $2,000 in profit went to cover overhead, and the $4,000 went back to capital, so working capital. So the money we use to buy our vehicles. So 2 goes this way, 4 goes this way, and the pot over here pays all our bills. I had never in my life ever bounced a check. I had never in my life gone negative on my business bank account. And since I left, there's no money going this way. No money goes into this account. And all the money goes into this account to pay bills, and we're still low balance pretty regularly. So this past year, we've been selling off assets to pay payroll, to pay unemployment tax, to pay workers' comp, to pay insurance, just to pay things. Had I closed it a year ago, I would be richer by $150,000, which just kills me. But I wanted the business to run. I wanted it to succeed. I wanted Dave to have a job, Devin to have a job. I wanted to just see Lauren thrive. I wanted her to take over this business and have it be her baby. But she isn't a car person. Like, she isn't me. It's not me. Somebody like me could run this business successfully, but she doesn't know cars. She doesn't know how to buy cars. I was hoping that she could buy 12 cars a month, 15 cars a month, and at my own fault, she doesn't have the experience. She's not a mechanic, she's not a detailer, she can't look at them and know what they need before purchasing. I look at cars in 30 seconds and know whether I want it and what it's worth. She doesn't have that. It takes years. It took my whole life. I've been doing this since I was 12 to know those things. So I 100% don't fault her. I think I just had this like hope and dream that she could take over and just thrive with it. And it needs me. It worked well when it was her and me, because she did everything I didn't have time to do, and I did everything I was great at. And I've been here all week, and it happened again. We sold 4 cars and made tons of money because the 2 of us were doing it together along with Dave and Devin.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
What is that right there?
This is part 2 to that Ferrari video.
It's for the Malibu?
It's for the Malibu.
I rebuilt this entire office. When I started here 15 years ago, this was a wall. You can see where it was a wall and just a tiny little alley of an office that people used to sit in so I could sell cars. We expanded it to here and put the barn doors and made storage back here for all of our additional parts. But things accumulated. The amount of fender flares that I threw out in the dumpster yesterday was ridiculous. The amount of Jeep Wrangler soft tops that I have premium soft tops. I have vinyl soft tops for Unlimiteds, for 2 doors. I have tonneau covers. I have all the hardware kits for Jeep Wranglers. I have Corvette exhaust, diesel exhaust for a GMC Denali 2500. I have diesel exhaust for a 2019 Ram 2500. Just this place, including my attic, was packed with stuff. Luckily, I was able to return a lot of my AutoZone stock back to AutoZone and got a store credit for it. This is going in storage unless somebody wants it. I really wish I could have painted it. This car is fully restored up to paint, and I primed it, never painted it, and then the primer chipped off and moisture got behind the primer because primer's non-porous, and now I have to start over on the body, but it runs phenomenally, which I'll show you in this video. So I am slowly phasing out Flying Wheels in New Hampshire. It just isn't working. I really hoped a year ago that I could hand it down to Lauren and just let it be her baby, and then I could run it from afar. And honestly, I am Flying Wheels. So one of the things that I enjoy most is doing this right here. This is the paperwork for a bill of sale for a Subaru Forester yesterday. I was here yesterday. Now, I don't love selling cars. I don't love being a used car dealer. None of that is grand or fabulous. But what I do love is that I showed up yesterday and there was a woman with her mother here looking at the Ford Fiesta. And I asked them the right questions. I listened to what their needs were, and I knew that Ford Fiesta wasn't the right car, so I showed them the Subaru Forester, and she absolutely loved it. She needed space, she wanted to be low, but she wanted all-wheel drive, but she wanted something reliable. She had a transmission problem in her Nissan, so she's scared of transmission problems. So I said, honestly, the Ford Fiesta is not that this one has a problem, but they're known for that. I think this would be a better car. She loved the Subaru Forester. She came in, she sat down, I filled out the paperwork. We had like nice small talk with her and her daughter, and then she paid me cash and she was happy to leave. Like, that is a nice transaction. I love that part. And then I have profit and like cash in my hand. Just a win. That feeling of like the win is really, really cool. And to do it on good terms with somebody is even better. I love that. I don't need to sell 30 cars a month. I don't need to oversee everybody. My brother Adam altogether is killing it on his own. I have a friend that does it downtown that works on his own. And when I started this business, I met an older guy that did everything by himself. And he said, I know people that have 10 employees and they have $2 million in overhead, and I make as much money as them because I don't have the overhead and the headaches. Hey, look who's here. Hey, Papa Al is here. We have the next video coming up, which is about him getting scammed on a Harley. So anyway, I'm gonna conclude this video. So there are things about this business that I love. I love the hunt. I love finding the deal. I love buying the car. Honestly, Dodge Caravans don't do anything for me, but there are parts of this business that I really enjoy, and I just wanna scale it down. I love where I live in Florida. I took a jet ski to dinner at happy hour with my wife and then watched the sunset on the way back. I buy cars with no rust. I thoroughly enjoy. I have a hub sub on a park bench once a week. I just love it. It makes me truly, truly happy. I mean, being with my family this week and being in the weather in New Hampshire is beautiful right now. Talk to me in January and I would say something very different. I love Florida, and I found a shop much smaller than this. I love the idea, the thrill of a startup. I'm starting the business from scratch. So Flying Wheels Florida is starting as soon as I get home. My flight is today at 3. I'm gonna get home, and on Monday, my dealer's license application is submitted, and we're gonna start on a small scale. Couple cars at a time, all focused on the car dealership, all focused on buying, selling, and building the business from scratch, from nothing. I'm not gonna dump 100 grand into the business. I'm gonna start with a small shop, a little bit of capital, a couple cars, and I'm gonna buy them with you, show you what they need, show you what we do to them, and then show you the profits. I'm always transparent with you guys. I want you to see what we're up to behind the scenes, even if it comes at my expense. I enjoy the interaction when it's positive, so please do be positive. I really appreciate it very much. It's sad to see Flying Wheels go, but the thing I didn't tell you throughout this entire video, I can rent this building. I should have done it a long time ago. There's a building up the road that doesn't house nearly as many cars as I do. They're paying $5 grand a month in rent to lease that building. So I'm gonna lease this building. If anybody's actually interested, I'll lease this to a mechanic, I'll lease it to a dealership. If somebody's gonna want it, we've liquidated most of our stuff, so I made a video saying I'm selling Flying Wheels. We sold off just about everything, which has been great. I love the name Flying Wheels. It's my brand, it's who I am. I'm not ready to sell off Flying Wheels and give up my dealer's license and my 15 years of business. I had some offers which were really great, but honestly, I want what I've built. I want all my stuff. I sold off what I don't need, and I'm gonna lease out this building. If anybody's interested, this place has made me more than that just this week. We cleared $9,500 in profits after expenses just this week while I was home, which is amazing. So this place makes a lot of money. If somebody's interested in leasing the Flying Wheels business, starting your own business here, it is a gold mine. And I wish success on you all. So my grandfather, Papa Al, is here. I'm gonna start my next video. He just bought this thing and got completely scammed. They attempted scam after scam after scam, and he caught every one of them at 84, 85 years old. So in the next video, we're gonna go through this with him and tell you things to look out for when buying a motorcycle or a brand new car, because those dealers freaking shysters sometimes. They'll do anything to make that extra dollar, extra interest percent, everything. So I'm gonna get into this in a minute. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. 15 years of being here and making videos. I'm sad but happy at the same time to start my next adventure. I'll see you in Florida. Thanks for watching. Adios.